Namaste, I'm Dr. Shweta Chaudhary, Assistant Professor in Mewar University. In this slide, we will learn about training needs assessment under personal growth, training, and development. So, we will basically identify the gaps within an organization and how training need assessment helps addressing these gaps to optimize workforce performance and organizational growth. So first we will understand what exactly is TNA. TNA means training need assessment. It is basically a process aimed at identifying skills, knowledge and performance gap within an organization. It even helps to determine the types and scope of training required to address these gaps effectively. And for TNA purpose is to align employee skills and organizational growth, means to ensure that employee skills match the requirement needed to achieve organizational objectivity. Then optimizing training resources mean it helps allocate resources effectively by focusing only on necessary training. It even enhances productivity and efficiency. So we can say, like, by addressing gaps in skills, TNA means training need assessment improves overall employee performance, leading to great organizational success. Then there are various importance of TNA. First one, it improves training effectiveness. TNA ensures that the training programs are not generic but specifically target the gaps in knowledge and skills. This even improves the relevance and impact of training efforts. It even aligns with organizational goal. TNA has been understanding the organizational strategic objective and aligning training initiative to support these goals. These ensure This even ensures that the employee development is directly contributing to business success. It is even cost effective by identifying and addressing only relevant gap. TNA prevents wasting time and money on unnecessary or irrelevant training program. It is even employee development is also there in this TNA. So TNA basically provides a personalized approach to training, helping employees growth in areas where they need improvement, leading to better job satisfaction and career progression. The determination of training needs. So we can identify training needs through performance gap analysis. Performance gap analysis means to identify the difference between the current performance of employee and the desired performance. So this highlight basically where training is needed. Then we have future skill requirement access, the skills required for upcoming roles, technology, industry changes. This helps in preparing the workforce for future challenges. Then we have got feedback and observation. Gathering feedback from employees, managers, and other stakeholders help provide a well-rounded understanding of where skill gap exists. Then we have organizational assessment in aligning the training need with broader business objective, ensuring that training is relevant to both individual as well as the group development. Then there are various approaches to TNA. The first approach is task analysis. So task analysis is basically analyzing specific job tasks to determine what skill and knowledge are needed for optimal performance in those tasks. The second one is performance analysis, means identifying specific performance issues and areas that need improvement. This approach is often used when there is a clear decline in productivity or quality. Then we have competency based analysis. It basically evaluate specific competencies required for each role, access where gap exists in employees and current capabilities. Then we have surveys and questionnaires. So basically through the use of surveys and gathered input from large number of employees about their perceived training needs. Last, we have interviews and focus group, which conduct one-on-one interviews or group discussion to gather more detailed qualitative insights from employee and managers. There is a TNA cycles of event, TNA training need assessment. So there are various steps. First, to identify organizational goal means to understand the strategic priority of the organization to ensure that training efforts align with those objective. After that, to identify job requirement. Um, in this we can say it basically analyzes the roles and responsibility to identify the competencies required for each position. This steps helps in determining specific training needs. Then to access current skills. So in this, employee are evaluated. The evaluation is there of existing skills and knowledge of employee to identify the areas of strength and weaknesses. After that, gaps is identified to compare the current skills with those required by organization or job role to pinpoint specific deficiency. Then to develop training plans based on the identified gap, create a training program that will address the skill deficiencies and support organizational goal. Then we have implement to monitor. So to deliver the training program and continuous monitor its effectiveness, adjusting the program as necessary to achieve optimal results. There are various tools and methods of TNA. So first one is surveys and questionnaire. It is very fast and cost effective way to collect feedback from large group of employees. The second one is interview. Conducted one-on-one interview allow for deeper insight into training needs from key stakeholders such as managers or high performing employees. Then we have observation. So observing employee is really time help identifying practical skills gap that may not be evident through other methods. Skill audit mean through review of employee skills, often through assessment or performance review to identify current capabilities and development need. Then we uh, through job description and competency model also we can identify the tool, like use job description and competency framework to identify the specific skills requirement of each position and ensuring training is aligned with whole new expectations. There are various key advantage of performing TNA. The first one is targeted training program. It basically focuses training efforts on specific needs, ensuring training is relevant and impactful. After that, it enhances ROI. By addressing actual skills gap, TNA ensures that training investment leads to measurable improvement in employee performance. Employee satisfaction is also there, like through employee appreciation training that directly addresses their development need, which boosts morale as well as their confidence. It even improved organizational performance because the TNA aligned workforce capability with organizational need, leading to better performance and achieving strategic and business objective. There are various challenges in TNA because potential challenges to conduct TNA is needed. First is time constraint. So the process of accessing training need can be time consuming, especially in large organizations with diverse role. And data collection, again, it is an issue because ensuring the data gathered is accurate and representation, representative can be challenging, especially when relying on surveys and interview. Resistance to change again is an important challenge because employee and manager may resist the TNA process, especially if they feel their skills are being scrutinized or if training programs are perceived as unnecessary. Sometimes resource is limited, so organization may face budgetary and staffing constraints that limit their ability to conduct a thorough TNA or implement all necessary training. Is to involve stakeholders like through engage employees, managers, and leadership in TNA process to ensure the results are relevant and even comprehensive. Use a combination of method like use both quantitative as well as qualitative approach. For example, surveys, interview, observation to gather well-rounded data. Aligned with organizational goal means to ensure that the TNA process align with company's strategic priorities and even long-term objective. Regularly update on TNA should be there because it conduct periodic assessment to keep training program current and responsive to evolve business needs. Then I would like to give an example. Like there's a scenario, a company transition to digital platform conduct TNA to identify employee who require technical training, like for example learning new software or soft skills training, for example communication and leadership. So what TNA will do, TNA reveals skill gap in 80% of employees and training program designed to address these gaps improve project efficiencies by 30%, showing the direct impact of target training on organizational success. So this is how TNA is used. Lastly, I would like to conclude that TNA is a vital step in designing effective training program. It even ensures that training initiative align with organizational needs and address the specific gap in skills or performance. Thank you.